Okay, we're back. We're back doing the podcast. This is the first one in, I think, nearly 7 months, 7 months. 7 months.
Season 2.
Season 2. We're back in a lockdown again. This podcast, we thought, well, me and Jason have been speaking about ideas of what to do on the podcast since it's been so long. But we were going to do like a year review, but there ain't a lot that's happened really with all this lockdown and COVID. So what I thought I'd do is we bring Jason Patterson back.
Hi guys, I'm back.
And we're going to do a podcast talking about the state of the lightweight division, which to me, 135 is probably like the hottest division in the world at the minute. So obviously we've got Teofimo Lopez, Vasily Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. Yeah. Now, obviously, this all started. All the lightweight division will look like we had a lot of prospects, but Teofimo was Vasily Lomachenko was the king of the lightweight division. Looked untouchable. Then all of a sudden, Teofimo ripped up that script, ripped it up, and I won't say dominated him, but he won't. I mean, look, I know Lomachenko is saying he's 41 and stuff like that. I watched it again earlier just to get ready for the show. Again, I think it was. I always thought, did Lomachenko have an off night? In my opinion, it was the power. He felt something. In my opinion, he felt something. That backhand to the body kept on landing. Literally, he didn't want to know, especially early on. That ripped up the script, and now you've got a natural rivalry developing with all the young up and comers. Now you've got unified world champion in Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, you've got the prospects. The people liking him to Floyd Mayweather, Devin Haney. Yeah. And then you've got the social media sensation and who can punch and who's really fast is Ryan Garcia. And you've got the puncher, the ultimate puncher, who's moving up from super featherweight to lightweight in Gervonta Davis. You know, and well, look, this thing. Even though on the thumbnail I haven't put Lomachenko in there, and to be fair, we haven't really spoken about Lomachenko. All the build up to this, we never really mentioned Loma, but we're just saying just before we press record. You have to mention he's had one loss. He's only ever had he's had one loss. Well, no, I know he's had two, but he's had one loss in years. And it was only his last fight. It's not as if, fair enough, if he'd lost two, if he loses again, maybe he's not involved anymore. But he's only just lost. But the up and coming prospects of the lightweight division, it's probably the best. It's at the same. I can't remember the last time that three prospects, as in Haney, Garcia, and Teofimo. Even though I ain't saying he's prospect, but still, you can't. I'm not going to mention Davis because Davis already established world champion at a different weight. I won't call him young enough, but he's young, but still, he's been a world champion a few years now, isn't he? So,
he's 26 anyway.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, now hopefully this plays out now into fighting each other.
I just don't know where Loma sits here. Teofimo is not going to give him a rematch.
Yep.
He's been avoiding Devin Haney before Teofimo. So he's X'd out. The only one that I believe Loma, and I always thought Loma could beat, personally, because I'm a big fan of Tevin Farmer. I thought Tevin Farmer, if he was to go up to 135, would beat Gervonta. I think Loma can still beat Gervonta Davis, but he's always a punch away with him to get knocked out.
Yeah.
And there's no point, and I'm only looking at the status right now because these guys got many fights happening in 2021. Looking at Ryan Garcia right now, he did beat Luke Campbell. I don't see no point of Loma. It makes no sense for him to fight Ryan Garcia. It makes sense to fight Devin Haney. He got a belt. He's been avoiding Devin Haney for a while now. Teofimo seems like he's not willing to give him a rematch. I just see the Gervonta fight. personally. So when we talk about the 4 young guys and putting Loma in the mix, I only see him fighting Gervonta. Ron Garcia makes no sense to fight him. And the other 2, Teofimo won't give him a rematch, and he's been avoiding Devin Haney. I said it last year that Devin Haney would beat him. There's a reason why he didn't fight Devin Haney.
I mean, other than Tank, what you've got to take into account, and I know you're always saying he was the king of the lightweights, but
he definitely was running the light with division.
Loma is a natural featherweight, really. Probably not even a super feather, probably a natural feather. But
I disagree with that, though. I know what people are saying, though, but I kind of disagree with when people say that, because he's been dominating. Now he lost. Now he's a natural super feather. When he was beating all these guys in 135, we wasn't bringing that up. I know what you mean by saying that, but he was having his way. The only time I thought he was out of his weight class is when he fought Linares. If I'm correct, he fought Linares in 140.
Yeah, 140. Yeah, 140 low belt weight.
I thought that was too high. But 135, I never thought of him as in he's not a 135 pounder.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he fought Linares in 140.
Was he at 140? Let's just check. I'm going to check that. Well,
I believe so. But yeah, I just think we trying to make excuses for him.
Well, I think the thing is that, look, he's going to want the one fight he's going to want is the Teofimo fight. Obviously, he's going to want that fight because he wants to prove everyone to everyone that, you know, he was an off night. This is what I can do when I'm on it, when it's my night. But I think he ain't going. I wouldn't. If I'm Teofimo's coach, and if I'm Teofimo, I ain't taking that. Why? It's too risky. Too risky.
Yeah.
Let's say he comes back and absolutely does what Loma normally does the matrix. What's curious now is what's unfold. What's quite interesting now, and it's only happened in the last week, is the progress. Well, we think between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. Now, obviously, that was on Mike Tyson's show. Ryan Garcia was on Mike Tyson's show, and then Mike Tyson FaceTimed Gervonta Davis, and they had that.
That's the hot box, right? I think it's getting released today, actually.
Yeah, they had that, and then they had the. And they said, "Yeah, let's fight." And Gervonta Davis says, "If I hit you with that shot, what Campbell hit you with, you're out. You get, I'm going to stop you. I ain't letting you get off the hook like Campbell did. I'm gonna, finish you." Now, in my opinion, now the minute, if Tank, and there'll be millions of people disagreeing with me because that's how many followers he's got. But in my opinion, if Tank fought Garcia now, I fancy Tank to knock Garcia out. Now, I know you're saying Garcia's much bigger, which he is. He's much bigger. And he does punch really hard. He does punch hard. Look, I mean, he done something that Linares or Loma failed to do and stop Luke Campbell. And Luke Campbell, don't get the credit. Luke Campbell's high level boxer, Olympic gold medal,
definitely,
and high Q. And he felt something because me and you've spoken about this when he was backing up a lot. He was backing up a lot in that fight, and he felt. I think he felt something always. He felt even just that if he was just on the gloves, he felt something to be back. And I understand he was back. I understand backing up for the boxing on the back foot, but he wasn't even boxing on the back foot really. He was fencing and just edging back, getting like bullied almost around the ring. He wasn't like jabbing 1-2 move. He wasn't doing that. He was just being walked back. That shocked me. Look, if you watch our previous show, we both picked Campbell.
I had Campbell all the way. I was wrong, people. Ryan Garcia, I guess, is the real deal. I mean, I guess. He's the real deal. He has some flaws, but he showed me by being Campbell that he's to be taken seriously. I take him seriously now. I definitely do.
In my opinion as well, it's like out of all, how many is there? So, Teofimo, Loma, Garcia, Davis, four. Have I forgotten anyone?
Haney.
Haney, 5.
Yeah.
So there's 5 of them. But out of all the 5, I'd say Garcia's got the most to work on, in my opinion. I think fundamentally, I think he sits up a bit too upright. He don't move his head, don't use his feet as much.
He's flat-footed.
Even though, don't look, what's his record now? 21-0, something like that? 22-0?
Oh, yeah, he definitely,
oh,
I think he's 22.
I ain't saying, I'm not saying.
21 and 0.
I ain't saying he ain't going to work
18 knockout.
I just think he's got more to work on. But, yeah,
and the thing is, he's a 15-time national champion.
Yeah, I mean, God, yeah.
And he got like 200-some amateur fights.
Yeah, I mean, he's got.
I just don't understand why there's so much wrinkles in his game that I see. Like, to the naked eye, it's easy to see his flaws. Everybody got flaws.
Yeah.
But him, I just like mind-blowing. But he has a long amateur pedigree. He ain't no Loma now, but he has a very good amateur record.
Well, they all do, but I just think with Garcia at the minute, I think that was a brilliant win. That's just boosted him up even more, and it'll give him confidence. Because, like you say, there's that saying, isn't there? Before I thought I could do it, now I know I can do it. You know, so when on the big occasion, even though look, there's bigger fights out there, there is, but still, that was his biggest fight to date. Like Luke Campbell had the resume, you know what I mean? He'd been in there with the best as well, and fair enough, blew him out there with a fantastic body shot. And and Garcia probably has got one of the best coaches in the world around him now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's the best coach in the world because he got one of the best fighters in the world.
Well,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's got to be. Look, he's up there.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. Yeah,
everyone else, so he's up there. But he's got.
Let's see what he does with Ruiz now.
Well,
mate, I mean,
mate, he needs to go to a boot camp and get on the slimming world.
I mean, he got Ruiz, Garcia, and Canelo. We know what Garcia is. We know what Canelo is. Let's see what Ruiz come back.
Oh, it's a talented bunch. It's a very talented bunch. Look, Ruiz is talented as much as.
Oh, what?
You know.
Yeah,
talented.
He's very good.
But
he's very good.
So yeah, Garcia. So the Garcia Tank fight. I do fancy Tank. There'll be millions of people who fancy Garcia. I just think Tank's pedigree and boxing ability is a little bit ahead of Garcia now. This is the thing as well.
I do think Tank boxing ability is underrated. Is underrated. When I mean by that, at the end of the day, I'm picking Haney over every single fighter we just named. Every single one of them. Loma, and I've been on that since last year.
Yeah.
But when I look at Tank against Pedraza is not no 5'10". I think he might be 5'8", 5'9". Tank is only 5'5". Pedraza got I think his reach is as long as Ryan Garcia, who's 5'10". He used his jab. And he used his jab effectively to ended up stopping Pedraza.
Yeah.
He showed me things that I know he can do. Unfortunately, when he fought another fighter that's as tall as Ryan Garcia, which was his last fight, he was getting touched up. He was getting touched up a little bit. But sometimes I don't know if some fighters decide, I'm not worried about his punches. I'm just going to walk through him.
Mm.
I don't get it why, but sometimes it's like that. But I've seen Gervonta box at a high level, at a championship level for his first belt. And Pedraza was a very good fighter. And we seen what happened with Pedraza and Loma.
Yeah.
I don't think Loma, if I remember correctly, Loma did not stop Pedraza. He went all 12 rounds, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's right.
Gervonta knocked him out and took his belt.
And
he knocked him out late.
Just because height and jabs, it's like just because you're taller and got long reach don't mean you can out-jab someone. I mean...
I'm just saying Gervonta was taking the jab away. He was smart in taking the jab away, going on the jab. So I know he has that ability to do that to Ryan Garcia.
It's timing. It's time you can time the jab with someone you can time the jab. Look at Floyd Mayweather and Diego Corrales. Diego Cruz way taller than Floyd, way taller. Diego Cruz was jabbing, Floyd was there jabbing him. It's timing. If you can time it, you can block.
Definitely.
Your own jab. It's timing. Height and reach ain't everything when it comes to jabs. So we've covered that. Now, then the next fight people have said, have spoken about, and the sparred, and Haney keeps saying that, you know what happened in spar, and they had that altercation where story should, I think it was a boxing show. They both bumped into each other. You know what happened in sparring. You know what happened in sparring. Haney.
It was instigated by Lopez and his dad. They kept talking. So during the show, Haney came across him. That's why Haney was like that.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is where we're going to differ. I think I watched Lopez and Loma again today. Haney, this is my opinion on Haney. Haney's good. Good boxer. Very good defensively. I know you said to me before he fights like Floyd, but you know what I see when I see him.
Yeah.
I think it's quite forced. What he does is quite forced, in my opinion. You can tell. Don't wrong, he'll come with experience. He'll learn to relax more and just let it flow. He just looks very forced, and I think at this stage, Floyd was a lot more heavy-handed than Devin Haney. I think he had.
Oh, definitely. I don't think.
He's a puncher.
I say his style is similar to Floyd. Ain't nobody gonna be Floyd right now. I say it right then and there. Yeah, he has a similar boxing style to Floyd, but ain't nobody Floyd. And definitely Floyd, before he broke his hands at that weight at 135.
Yeah,
Floyd was taking people out. He was a knockout artist for the people that just know Money Mayweather, this young generation and stuff. Pretty Boy was a different deal. And yes, Haney doesn't have that knockout power.
I mean, I watched him today. Oh, I was against that tall dude.
I couldn't tell you.
Mexican but anyway, I watched him, and then I watched the Loma and Lopez fight, and I thought, well, I'm going to watch them both back to back. I'm going to try to see what, if I can try and put them together, imagine them together.
Was it Alfredo Santiago?
No. More M.
Antonio Moran?
That's the one. Moran, yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
He knocked him out with the overhand right?
Yeah.
That stole the whole show that Eddie Hearn showed his own. That stole the whole show, that knockout.
What else? Well, I could see if Lopez fought Haney right now, I would think it'd be very competitive, but Lopez had gained so much from the Loma fight. So much experience. The ultimate magician in Loma, the ultimate bag of tricks, and you diffused him. So you're going to be, your confidence is going to be so high, you're going to gain more experience. As he goes in, look, when he goes in against Devin Haney, he goes in winning, and he goes in winning world titles from someone in his last fight, and not just winning, winning them off someone, winning them off one of the best, probably have to say lower weight, like the featherweights and of all time. So, and going in as a big underdog. So you're going to have that. And then he's going to go into that fight thinking, look, if I can diffuse Lomachenko, I can diffuse you. I can see this. There'll be an exchange. I think Haney will play it safe, box on the back foot, moving, trying to walk him on a little laybacks, trying to walk him onto the backhand. And I do think he'll get caught. At some point in the fight, he's going to get caught by Lopez. And it's how we'll see how he reacts to that. Because as far as I know, he ain't been with a big shot yet.
You're right. And
Lopez can punch very hard.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Lopez is a knockout artist.
What tends to happen is you either have slip boxers or punchers. Lopez is a very good boxer also.
No, he's a very good boxer.
He's really he's not just like an out-and-out puncher. He's not like Maidana or something like that. He's like a box puncher. He's a box puncher. Yeah. He can box, or if he tags you, hurt you. At this stage, I'll pick Lopez. But look, in 2 years, maybe this.
What people need to remind it too, Lopez is an Olympian.
Yeah.
He turned pro at 19. Garcia skipped the Olympics, turned pro at 17. Haney skipped the Olympics. He turned pro at 16.
Yeah.
Right. Gervonta turned pro at 18. He didn't go to the Olympics. All right. So, but who got the most fights out of all of them? Devin Haney.
What
he
you mean?
Got the most fights out of all of them. Total fights.
What do you mean? Amateur as well?
No. Pro.
Oh, okay.
Pro.
Well,
I agree with your assessment as far as why you say it that way. It makes sense. But when I look at a Haney, he's so defensively responsible. I don't believe Lopez is going to land a shot on him. As far as a shot that would be like, okay, he tested his chin.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's going to happen. I think Devin Haney's feet is so much more ahead of the rest of the guys that we're talking about. Yeah. And I think the closest one to him is Lopez and Loma. And what I told you last year when we had on season 1 of your podcast, when we were talking about young upcoming fighters, I mentioned Devin Haney. And I'm sure I said I believe he'll beat Loma. And I said because of his feet.
Yeah.
I didn't believe Lopez could. He proved me wrong. But it doesn't change the fact that I always thought Haney's feet is so much more advanced than his that I just don't believe if he fights Haney, Haney's not going to stop him. Of course, he's always a punch away. But I can see a unanimous decision for Haney. He'll box his head off.
Really? You think he'll box his head off?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that he'll be like a straight shutout. Nothing like that. It's going to be competitive. I know Lopez can box. I just think Haney is so much more smarter and more advanced. He just don't have that natural power that the rest of those three got. Yeah, Garcia, Gervonta, and Lopez. Haney does not fight in that category. We seen that knockout, that overhand right hand of that fight that you saw earlier against Moran. Yeah. He has the ability, but he's not a knockout.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Power, like one shot, and he can knock you out. But
he's a boxer. He's first and foremost a boxer. He boxes to outbox. Got his game plan is to shoot you out, not get hit.
And I just think his feet is so much more, and he's also a very big.
You think his
footwork? He's a big 135.
You think his footwork's so much better than Lopez is there?
I do. Me personally, when I look at that, I could be wrong. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I felt like that way before everybody's crazy about these Lopez thing. I knew about these guys. The way people look at them guys now, I knew about these guys coming up. I've been watching them. They're that generation that should have went to the 2016 Olympics or just skipped them. Gervonta falls right into that.
Yeah.
When my man Shakur Stevenson, that just went from 126 to 130, if he goes up to 135, I believe Haney, I don't know how long he's going to stay at 135, to be honest, because he's getting really big. He's going to go up to 140 at some point. Hopefully he'll get some of these fights before he go up there. But Shakur Stevenson, I got him being Loma if Loma goes back to 130. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are on the clash. If Devin Haney can stay undefeated, because we know how boxing is nowadays, that could be a great fight later on down the line, because I think he's more advanced than Teofimo and all that, skills-wise. Those guys are bigger. Personally, I think if those two fights happen, I have Gervonta winning from what I've saw so far, and I have Haney winning. Lopez will be the A side. Lopez has a better resume. When I look at Lopez's resume, he fought some good fighters. He fought some very good fighters, not just Loma. He fought Richie Comey. He fought some very good fighters. But I don't see him being Haney, me personally.
How do you think Lopez will get on with Tank?
Woo! That's a pick and fight. Because, I mean, I know they sparred, but Lopez was much younger back then when they sparred, and I think Tank was getting ready to turn pro. I think Lopez was probably getting ready. I can't remember. But he might have been doing the tryouts because Lopez went to the Olympics, so he might have been getting ready for the tryouts. But
if it was me, again,
it's a 50-50 fight, man.
I would, you know why I'd pick Lopez? Because it is, like you say, they're both going to try and land bombs. And if that's the case, Tank, it's hard. But Lopez, it's hard too. And Lopez is the bigger man. And the saying
is... he's a better boxer, I believe.
Yeah, he's a better boxer. So therefore, what I'm going to say, a good little man always beats a good big man always beats a good little man. Now, yeah, you can say, yeah, but I'm picking him to beat Garcia. I'm picking Tank to beat Garcia. Yeah, so that throws out the window. But I just think, look, Tank and Garcia, I can see Tank catching him with an overhand right. I can see him with an overhand right, going down like he did against Campbell, and then Tank finishing him. That's what I can see there. With Lopez and Tank, I can see being cagey early on because I respect each other's power, and then eventually it's going to light up. And then it could be whoever lands first, but I just think he'll catch him. Look, I think Tank's got a good chin, but look, you can have a good chin and still get hurt. I think I'd fancy Lopez knockout within about 5 to 6 rounds because I think he'll light up sooner or later, and I think they will just probably be swinging for the fences with each other.
It's crazy you say that. As you're saying that, it makes so much sense. I'm still on the fence. It's like I'm leaning towards Lopez because yes, I've seen Tank box against Pedraza.
Yeah.
He was getting outboxed by Santa Cruz before he put him out. Now, Teofimo is bigger than you. Teofimo can box better than Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Teofimo will utilize his jab. And Teofimo showed us that he ain't just about knockouts. No. He'll go a whole 12 rounds.
You look at
so technically, you seeing him taking Gervonta out in 6 rounds, he could just be settling with just boxing his head off of the jab and go all 12 rounds just to be safe.
You know what I think could happen? Yeah, I get that. Yeah, just clear short out, keep on the end of the jab, moving, using your footwork. Because he did show angles against Loma as well. He did show angles that have worked.
Definitely did.
That have worked on that in camp. But I see, you know what I can see? Because Lopez likes to talk in the ring as well. He likes to, talk, and you can see. And I think what'll happen is, in that fight, they'll start talking to each other. And if they start talking to each other, no, come on, fight me. I think Lopez would engage with that. He's hot-headed. He's quite hot. His dad's hot-headed. They're quite hot-headed.
And he got to be careful with that because I believe that the experience is on Gervonta's side.
Yeah, 100%.
Gervonta will take his lights out if he makes a mistake.
Look, we've got to look. What we've got to see, if Tank takes the pair up as well.
Definitely.
We've got to see that. Did he fight?
That's true.
That's true. We've got to see.
The only person he fought at 135 was Gamboa. And it took him 12 rounds to take Gamboa out.
But the problem is, Gamboa's not a lightweight, though, is he? Not really.
Why is he not? What weight was he when he fought Crawford?
That might be probably lightweight, but really, I mean, look how small Gamboa is to everybody. Everybody. He's really like a featherweight, really.
Is that what people are going to say? Is that what people are going to say if Tank loses? Because Tank is the exact same weight and the height as Gamboa.
But look, again, but you can check that, but look at how small Gamboa is to everybody in that lightweight division.
Gamboa is 5'5.5", and I'm sure Tank is like 5'5" or 5'5.5" as well. I believe. Could be wrong.
But I just see, and again, a 39-year-old shot, and he shot.
Well, he wasn't. Was he 39 when he fought Tank? I mean, I get. Yeah, he was old. He was.
No, I think about 30. I think it was the year before, so he was like 38.
He was definitely an old man. I'm just saying. I'm sure, like what you said. We're not sure how his power.
And you carry that up
because he fought Gamboa at 135 and it took him longer than what we used to. Tank don't usually go.
What I'm saying is
to the finish line.
No, but what I'm saying is look, Haney probably is going to go up through the weights. Garcia is probably going to go up for the weights. They might finish at 147, yeah?
Garcia definitely, Haney definitely. I believe Teofimo will
140,
potentially go up to 147 or stop at 140.
I'd say 140. I'd say 140. I think Haney's the biggest, naturally biggest out the four, I'll probably say. At the five, probably not. Then I'd say second naturally biggest is Ryan Garcia, then Teofimo. So I'd say, even though Teofimo punches harder, but still, I think they've got the ability. That's what I'm saying. There's no way in a million years Tank's going for 147. Not in a million years. He might be when he's older and he's like got a bit.
He talks about it, but
no.
If he does, he's one hell of a fighter. Excuse my French.
He does.
He's one hell of a fighter.
I know Floyd. See, it's all on your frame. I know Floyd started at featherweight and all that. But the thing is, Floyd, what they do is, what they used to do years ago, and they still do now to a degree, you promote that or turn your pro, especially if you're a top pro, they'll get you to start at a lower weight than you normally would. Because and they know you're a world class, you're world class. You're going to dominate the lower division on size as well. You've already got the boxing ability like Floyd had. You're going to dominate him on size. Floyd's 5'8", is he 5'9"? Floyd's 5'9", I think.
5'8", 5'8 and a half, something like that.
So we'll say that, and then he's fighting.
He's about Haney size. He's
a welterweight. He's a welterweight, and he was a welterweight, and he was more aggressive. And I'd probably say he was stronger when he was Pretty Boy Floyd as well. He was stronger and more aggressive back then, and he's beating up featherweights, super featherweights, lightweights, and he went up because he's got the frame to do it. That's look at Loma. If Loma had the frame, Loma would have won world title at feather, super feather, lightweight, 140, 147, because he had the ability to do it. He had the ability. If Loma was 5'10", I'll be confident Loma.
When you say frame, you mean like the way his body is structured?
Yeah, height. Yeah, height. Yeah, leg, size of your legs, size of your arms, your width of your shoulders. Yeah, Loma's very small. Loma's very small. If Loma was 5'10", Loma would be a welterweight champion by now. He'd have definitely won a world champion. Look, he's got the ability. He was going to win a world championship, whatever weight he's at. Look, what's happened is now, and that's what happened a little bit with Linares. His boxing ability got him through that because Linares was a lot bigger, and you could tell with the punch power. And everyone says, this is 140 is maximum what he can do. When you look at like Deloy,
I could have been wrong. I think he actually fought Linares at 135. So I apologize, people. He fought him at 135, and I think Linares was 152 on the night.
Okay, so it was, yeah.
And Loma was 138.
But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying as well, all right, what lightweight is maxing. He can only do lightweight. So is he free weights? Is he free weight world champion? Is he a feather, super feather, lightweight?
Loma started 126, right? 126, 130, 135.
Yeah, free. So free weight world champion. Now he had the ability. Look, I mean, he's got ability, one of the best ever, is in ability wise. But size, there's size for reasons. I mean, look at Inoue. Inoue punches pound for pound one of the hardest punches in boxing. He ain't gonna be knocking out Errol Spence. You know what I mean? It's
no. I get that.
You can do it if you got the frame. Deloy was 5'10", and he was a featherweight, 5'10". So that's why Deloy went all the way up to middleweight. It's your frame that keep you low on purpose. So we've gone from can Tank take his pair up? Like say Gamboa, but again, check that. I think Gamboa started the lighter weights, featherweights, and stuff like that. Yeah, I know he fought lightweight against Crawford and that, but still, he's tiny he's very small for a lightweight. Let's see what he does against the big, really, because Tank's big, Tank's stocky, Tank's solid, big neck.
Yeah, he's a little solid. Yeah, but he's still 5.5.
But
five and
the weight difference on the night between him and Devin Haney. And this is, I think, stylistically, the hardest fight for Tank is Devin Haney. Stylistically.
Yes.
The hardest fight out the four is this is what makes it interesting.
Because Lopez and him, potentially, you could see Lopez do something similar to Devin Haney, but he always had that option. I'm going to go straight on at you. They go straight on. That becomes 50-50. Who lands on each other first?
Yeah.
Haney's not going to come at you. Haney's going to let you be aggressive and going to box your head off all day and wait till you make a mistake.
Yeah, I think
out of all those fighters, I believe Haney is the better judge of distance because he has better feet, and that's why I'm picking Haney over all of them.
So I look as it stands at the minute. I'm picking Teofimo over everybody, but that look, I can only go what I've seen, and what I've seen.
Yeah, of course.
And
Teofimo is the most tested out, except Loma. Teofimo is the most tested out of all of them.
Yeah.
After that, I would say Gervonta. I can't disrespect him and put Ryan Garcia.
No.
Gervonta, I'm saying at 135, people. Gervonta is the most tested out of all of them in boxing, period.
Yeah.
And 135, Teofimo is the most tested.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I still will pick Gervonta over Ryan Garcia. Haney's last. When I look at who Haney fought, I believe that they have fought more dangerous competition.
Yeah.
But Haney has fought some tough competition. And matter of fact, one of the guys that Haney had beat the world champion that Teofimo took the belt from. So Haney has fought some good competition. They might not be big names to people, but he has fought some good competition. But when I compare it to the others, it's higher. I'm picking Haney off just the eye test.
Yeah.
Skills-wise, skills don't lie. And I just believe he might never been tested, but he has the skills. He just need that opportunity.
Yeah.
And he was robbed of that opportunity when Loma became a franchise champion. Teofimo is not undisputed. That franchise belt only been held by 2 lightweight in the history of boxing.
Yeah.
Loma and Teofimo. The WBC that Devin Haney got, I believe Floyd held it.
Every fight is held.
Loma held it. Prince Nassim held it.
Pacquiao.
Exactly. So when y'all say he got a paper belt and all that stuff, like we say back home, y'all better stop capping or stop faking where I'm from, because that's the truth. What they're saying, WBC, the real WBC belt, Devin Haney got it. So while we watching the commentators on TV, which is discussing undisputed, all this, that's only because it's ESPN and Top Rank. He was not undisputed. That belt he holding, only another man held it before him.
No, I get what you're saying. But then there's a flip to it. I agree. The legitimate WBC.
I'm not saying about the test. Yeah. Tested, I agree.
Yeah.
But stop saying Teofimo is undisputed. He's not. Teofimo is not undisputed.
But what I'm saying is he's unified. That's what he's unified. But I mean, I agree with that. I mean, a lot of people are saying that, Haney's ain't real. But what Haney ain't fought the caliber of fight WBC champion to be called WBC.
Completely agree. That's why when I look at the ranks, Haney might be able to argue Ryan Garcia that he's the A side.
Yeah.
But I believe Gervonta or Teofimo will be the A side against him.
Yeah.
And Ryan Garcia might still have an argument, but come on, Haney's the champion.
Even though Haney's WBC champion, I probably would have to turn around and say, if he did fight Garcia, I think Haney. I think Haney would probably be the B side, only because I
don't think Eddie Hearn would allow that.
I know he's the world champ, but
and Eddie Hearn is his promoter.
He's a way bigger name. He is.
I wouldn't say way bigger, because most people in the UK only heard of Garcia now. They knew about Haney already in the UK.
But what you got to take into account? He's going to bring more people wanting to watch. He is. Because, he's going to bring more people wanting to watch. So that means he's generating more money than Haney. And then what you got to take into account, then he's just come up.
Haney's his own boss. Haney might make more money. The person that out of those two that makes the most money is Gervonta and Devin Haney.
No, it's who generates the most money for the show. Not no more.
For the promoters. Oh, for the promoters,
I would say Teofimo's going to earn more than anybody, all them there for the time being.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Think about this. Think about this. Out of all these fighters, let's take Loma out of it.
Yeah.
Out of all these young fighters, there's only one out of all of them that been on pay-per-view. That's Gervonta Davis. And you know we don't put any fighters on pay-per-view unless you generate money. And then if you look at sales, Gervonta got the most sales out of all of them. Gervonta has been making millions. And Haney's making millions because he's his own boss.
No, but what I'm saying, no, all right, okay. Now, what I meant by that, I meant Teofimo will be earning more money than not Gervonta Davis. He'll be earning more. Teofimo from now on will be earning more money than Garcia and Haney, just for the moment.
For his next fight, probably.
Yeah.
Because we know his purse was in that luxury. Loma got the bigger purse.
Of course. But now you got 3 belts.
So going forward, yeah. But Haney could stop that if that's the next fight.
I don't think he will. But I generally do believe the next fight.
Well, you're right. Teofimo got to find the Australian guy. And I'm sorry, the Australian guy, I have Teofimo's favorite, but Gamboso Jr.
Yeah.
I do think he's very talented. And
yeah.
I do give him a shot to beat Teofimo. I think Teofimo's the favorite. I picked Teofimo to win. But I'm not going to be falling out my seat if he beat Teofimo.
No, he's good. But, nah.
He's very good. I mean, and he beat my favorite British boxer. You know, the one that you say shot. You know, Lee Selby. That's still my guy. I know he was in the same Lee Selby.
Yeah,
he ain't been the same since the Warrington fight.
No, he ain't.
Because he should have never lost to Josh Warrington.
No, I think Lee Selby is more talented than Josh Warrington. Now, so in my opinion, so A side, B side, this, that, and the other. Who, if you had to put them in order, then as we stand now, who's number one?
So put the criteria though.
What we'll do? Okay,
Devin Haney is the better fight out of all of them.
Right, what we'll do?
Ranking wise, you're talking resume, right?
Tell what we'll do. We'll do now. We'll do rank in order of 1 to 5 now, as we stand now. Then rank 1 to 5 what you see in when it's all said and done.
My eye test when it's all said and done. Got you. Okay.
Okay. So, do you want me to do mine first, or do you want to go first?
It's up to you. I'll go first since I'm the guest on your show. So, ranking right now with what I'm gonna say with what they accomplished. Are we just saying 135 or what they accomplished in boxing and 135?
Let's say no, because this could go spanning 10 years. Let's say you at the standing now, the rank now, and then let's say
for that division or in boxing.
No. Just for the division, because what we're going because look, we could go. One of them could end up being a light middleweight. What I mean is, let's say we do now as it stands right now, and then let's
135.
Let's say they all fought each other. Then you do the rank.
Okay.
What do you think?
People gonna think I'm crazy, especially if people back home watch this, because I'm gonna go 5-1. That's okay. I ain't gonna do 1 to 5. I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I'm sorry. Don't kill me. Everybody that look, oh my God, he's a knockout artist. But Gervonta Davis only had one fight at 135.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even though he's the A side, we was talking about politics though. That's politics.
Yeah.
A side, B side. That's business.
He's fine.
That's all business right there. But 5, Gervonta Davis.
Yep.
Even though I know he's gonna be Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
I had to put that in there. 4, I got Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
3rd, Garcia's not a world champion.
Yeah.
3rd, I got Devin Haney.
Yeah.
2, I still got Lomachenko because he only got 1 loss.
Yeah.
Well, recently, but he was the man.
He was the man.
I can't just put him all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
And number 1, I got Teofimo. That is my ranking.
Yeah.
Of the top 5, you know.
Yeah.
135.
Yeah. Now,
right.
Now.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Now, rank. Let's say they all fought each other. Now, who do you think you rank number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 now?
Okay. 5. Shout out to my boxing bros, Ad and Jack. 5, I got Ryan Garcia when he's all said and done. Last.
Right, yeah.
Yes. 4.
Don't forget Loma. Loma's in there too, remember?
No, I'm not forgetting Loma. Woo! And it's like, it depends who fights who first, because if Gervonta fights Garcia first, we'll never hear about Gervonta again. Yep. If Loma fights Haney again, I believe we'll never hear about Loma again.
Yeah.
But then if he gets a rematch, and then now they might go for and beats Lopez, it might be a third one. So let me just go with 4. I got Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
3rd, I have Loma.
Yep.
2, I got Lopez. And who's going to reign that division and is going to become the undisputed? I believe it will be Devin Haney. And the real undisputed. That's how I got it.
Okay, I'm just in the do mine. So, well, I've got it then. So I'm going to do now. Yeah. Now, similar to yours, really, the one now. So I've got Lopez number 1. Again, he's beat the man. 2, Lomachenko, because look, he could. He generally, I know people might think, it would not surprise me if he come and then he fights one of those 5 and beats them convincingly. Wouldn't surprise me one bit, because he's Loma. He's still Loma. 3, I've got Gervonta Davis, because he's the one he's got 2. I think he's won the IBF and has won the WBA at super featherweight. So that speaks for itself. 4, I've got Garcia. 5, Haney. Now, that might sound, I know Haney's a world champion, but
that's fine.
As it stands, Garcia has got the win over Luke Campbell, which impressed me. And it shocked me. And that's why you got to respect it, because it shocked me.
I respect it. I respect it. That's your ranking for the 135 division as of today.
So I'm going to as of today. So we've got 3 was Davis. 4.
You got
Garcia.
Lopez number 1 in 135.
Yeah.
You got Loma 2, Davis 3, Garcia 4.
Yeah.
And Haney as last, as of today for what they've accomplished.
Yeah. 3, I'd say 3 is Davis 3. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do 5. So when it's all said and done and they've all fought each other, let's say in the next 2 years, let's say, look, this is boxing. This don't happen. We got to do a show about this.
This is going to take 2 if nobody moves up. I get it. This is fantasy. This is fantasy,
yeah,
really.
It's fantasy. This would shock me if these all fought each other within 3 years. Shock me.
It'll bring it back to I mean, we talked about it a couple of days ago. Yeah, I don't care what the old heads say, because I'm a new school type of boxer, and I haven't been into boxing for like 10, 15, 20 years like most people, or like you, or the older generation. But it's going to bring back the 80s. If they all fight each other, I'm not comparing it to the Hall of Famers. I'm not disrespecting Hagler,
what you're saying,
Leonard, and all of them, but I'm just saying, it's going to bring back memories of that, because we haven't seen it in boxing in a long time. That's what I'm saying.
What you're saying is that it'll be the first time in the division that they've all fought each other. I will be shocked. I don't think it will. I think we'll be lucky if you get 2 of those fights. You'll be lucky, in my opinion.
They're all ducking my man. That's all I got to say. They're all ducking my man Haney.
I'm just saying you'll be lucky. So, in my opinion, if let's say they all fought each other in a fantasy fight in 2 years, I'd say Loma's number 5, because he's getting on, he's getting old, and he did look He was either he's not got it anymore, or there was something with the shoulder or whatever. But he didn't look that good against Lopez, who's a kid. Let's not forget, he ain't like an experienced world champion who went in there along as a kid. 4, I've got Davis, just because. Don't forget, we're going 2 years down the line. He might come up and knock everybody out. I've just got a feeling that I don't think he will. He might knock one of them out, but for him to go and dominate all of them, like we're saying, this fantasy thing, I don't think he will. I think Lopez and Haney will present him with a lot of problems, but I do think he could knock out Loma, and that's a statement because I think they're the same size, Loma, and I think he could knock out Garcia. Number 2, now this is hard. Because I think when it's all said and done, in my honest opinion, I think it comes between the 2, Lopez and Haney. There's going to be a lot of people out there who think Garcia, because look, it's 3-3 amateurs, 6 fights, 3 apiece. That does say, that does mean something. It does mean something. Amateur probably.
Speed makes a big difference in the amateurs.
But
in the pros, you're a different style. You sit more and. But yeah, you're right.
I mean, look, again, I got egg on my face about Garcia and Campbell last time. I got that wrong. I admit that. I could be wrong now.
I did too.
Garcia,
I had to publicly apologize. I did too.
But if Garcia, Garcia could knock out Devin Haney, could knock out Lopez. He could. He punches. But I just think it's between 2. Now this, I know I said earlier on the show that I pick Lopez. I watched them both earlier, and I watched separate fights, and I thought I'd imagine them fighting each other, and I thought I could see Lopez catching him. But again, it's a very good fight. That is a super fight. It ain't a super fight yet. Nowhere near a super.
No.
Very good fight. It's a very good fight now. But if that happened, that could happen at 147. That necessarily at 140. That necessarily probably won't happen at lightweight. I could change my mind between now and then, but again, it's fantasy.
Yeah, of course.
I would pick, as it stands now, I'll pick Lopez. So what we're saying is then, to wrap up the show, is it's very interesting, and there's going to be fans everywhere going to pick. There's going to be coaches, going to be boxers who are going to turn around and have their own pick. But your pick is Devin Haney, the brilliant boxer. Of course. Mine is the box puncher, Lopez. I think he's the all-rounder. I do. Out the one is the all-rounder. But you know what? Garcia is the dark horse out the group.
He is, but he definitely is.
He's got that.
I'm even thinking about words though. I'm thinking about 130-pound fighters coming up. So I have a guy that's one of my favorite fighters, and he got to get his belt back at 130. But that's Tevin Farmer. He could go up to 135 and stir the pot. I'm not putting him above Haney or nothing.
No.
But I've been clamped. People think I'm crazy about this. I know he don't have no knockout power. He's a great boxer with amazing defense. And I believe he's the best defensive fight, one of the best defensive fighters, one of them.
Yeah.
Since Pernell. Because I'm going to put Shakur Stevenson right before him. But he has all those moves. I believe he can beat Gervonta. And then Shakur Stevenson, if he goes up to 135, while these guys are up there, I might put him at the top before Haney.
All right. I mean, look, I do rate Tevin Farmer. I like Tevin Farmer. I do rate him. You know what I think you need with these, and this is my argument against Haney. With some of these lightweights here, what we just mentioned, I think you need a bit of a dig to keep them off. You need that punch. Now, I ain't saying he can't punch. Tevin Farmer can't punch. I ain't saying that, but you've got to go up a weight. And these
you already know the punch at your weight.
And that's what I'm saying. And these are big lightweight.
Much bigger.
It's like as if these there's lightweight. Look, Pacquiao's a lightweight. These are bigger than Pacquiao. These are big lightweights. These are probably
they're not going to stay 135. They're just traveling through.
At least
just traveling through.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. You can go in and be competitive, but what happens when they punch you? And then you could be a slip boxer, but the only problem is sometimes with a slip boxer, you can punch, and let's say they go, hang on a minute, he's fast and he's this, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to step towards you. And if you can hit me, I can hit you. And it ain't as if, like Lopez and Haney, they ain't slick. It ain't as if they ain't slick themselves.
Oh yeah, definitely they can slick. Yeah, I know Lopez got some slickness, and obviously Haney is.
Yeah, you might be small and that little bit quicker than me, but I'm slick as well, and I'm gonna just that little.
Well, I was more so thinking about stirring the pot because that guy him being Javante. Yeah. I don't know about Ryan Garcia, but Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
If when he grows up to his man, because he's still young, he's being all of them. And I don't care what is 135, 140. Shakur Stevenson is the future of boxing. That's what right. I said it. Shakur Stevenson, people. It's 2021.
That's not my opinion, but
it's 2021. I don't want to hear that in 2023 or 2024. I said it today. Shakur Stevenson, the future of boxing.
Well, he might fight Gambo then. One of his Gambo will be like 46.
You got jokes. Everybody trying to beat on the Cuban. Why everybody trying to beat up on the Cuban?
All these lightweights tend to on the like a stepping stone is still Gambo at the minute.
Nah, he's calling out. He's been calling out Josh Warrington, but Josh Warrington have been nowhere to be found. No disrespect, but he's been calling out Josh Warrington. And now, who's Carl Frampton find next?
I ain't got a clue. We can't talk about Carl Frampton.
No, because I thought Carl Frampton was going to go up to 130. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but he's trying to fight Mr. Burchett. You heard of Burchett?
No.
He's the number 1 ranked junior lightweight, 130.
Wow.
And that's what Shakur Stevenson is shooting for. And he's a knockout artist too, 38-1.
Okay, well, I think that's a wrap then. So you're going Haney or Lopez. Hopefully,
Devin Haney.
The fight that looks like it's happening next could be. I doubt it. I doubt it because of the promotional differences. But I hope Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight next. I doubt it, but I hope it does. So
I would love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's my opinion. I'm going with Davis.
Teofimo.
Okay, oh well, for the Garcia fight, obviously I'm going with the Dream Haney to reign in that division. But that's just my opinion.
I'm Teofimo. Well, anyway, Jace, thanks for coming on the podcast and talking on the weekly boxing chat. We'll try.
Appreciate you.
We'll try and make it a regular thing again now.
Definitely. I mean, might as well for this second lockdown. Call it season 2 lockdown.
Okay. Thanks for talking, Jace. Thank you very much. Thanks for
no problem. Appreciate you, Coach.
That's a wrap.